Hello my flowly friends and welcome to my full-length gentle Hatha flow. This class was previously recorded from one of my live sessions on Inside Timer and is the perfect combination of balance, flexibility and strength. And yeah, it's suitable for all levels, so perfect for the complete beginner. If you do enjoy my classes, then please subscribe and give this video a little like, and be sure to check out my other flows here on YouTube. With that said, enjoy the session. Okay, so we're going to come to take a comfortable seated position, preferably cross-legged in easy pose. You can come to sit at the back of your mat. I'm just going to be in the center, just so in case you need to take a glance at me at all. So we're just going to take a few moments just to arrive on the mat. Take a few moments just to prepare the body for some movement. So allow those sitting bones to become nice and heavy. You can do a little kind of rock from side to side. Really feel the sitting bones kind of connect with the mat. We're going to lengthen up through the spine as we inhale, and then as we exhale, just going to allow the shoulders to just relax down. You can have your hands anywhere on your legs, maybe turned up in the lap. That feels good. And then I invite you to close your eyes as long as that feels good for you today. So just taking some nice steady breaths in through the nose and out through the nose. Starting to take that attention inward. Letting go of anything that you have got going on for the rest of your day or this week, or maybe anything that you was doing just before you arrived at this session. So letting go of that external world just for this next hour. Drawing that awareness to your body and to your breath. And then as you continue to breathe, just take your awareness to your heart space. And then while you're here, is just noticing the mood that you might be in today. So checking in with how you're feeling. And your mood doesn't need to be anything dramatic. It can just be something really trivial, like you're just feeling a bit meh today, or maybe you're feeling a bit irritable. Maybe you're feeling, really happy today, high vibes. So just noticing, seeing if there's an emotion attached to that as well. Sometimes there is, sometimes there isn't. And then finally taking that awareness to your mind. And as usual, we're just noticing the thoughts arising and then letting them go. Letting them float off just for this short amount of time. You can always come back to them later. Lovely, take a nice deep breath in through your nose. And as you exhale, just blinking open the eyes, taking a moment to just take in your surroundings. When you're ready, inhale, we're going to rise on up with the arms, reach up nice and high, and then exhale as you drop your right hand down. We're going to lean over to the right, reach through that left hand. Keep that left arm alongside your ear and bend nice and generously into the right elbow. Take a breath here as you breathe into that side body. Then inhale, slowly bring yourself back up to center. Reach, reach, reach the arms up, and then take it over to the left side. Bend into that left elbow, reach with that right arm, stretch through the arm, the fingertips. Lovely. Inhale, slowly rise and up, take it to the other side. See if you can go a little deeper into that right elbow this time. And then feel a deeper, as you go deeper in the elbow, feel that deeper stretch around your hip joint, that left hip joint. Inhale, rise on up, and then take it over to the other side. Again, go deeper in the elbow. Reach, reach, reach with the right arm. Lovely. Inhale, lift the arms back up overhead, and then you're going to take the arms behind the back, interlace the fingers. So interlace the fingers and then send the hands away from the body. You're gently squeezing the shoulder blades together and just lift the top of your chest. So imagine you've got like a little beacon of light in the top of your chest here. You're trying to shine it up towards the ceiling. Take a few breaths here. Lovely. Take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, you're going to bend into the elbows and then bring your fists on the inside of your hip. So on this right side, inside of your hip, outside of your hip, this little bit in your waist anyway. So just let it sit there, and then you're going to draw the elbows in together. So again, kind of squeezing those shoulder blades, lifting the chest. Take a few breaths. So nice little chest opener this is. Lovely. Inhale as you send the arms back out behind you, squeeze the shoulder blades, lift the chest a little higher, and then exhale, bring the hands onto the left waist this time. Draw those elbows a little closer, lift that chest, so try and keep that chest up nice and upright. You can just lift the chin up slightly as well. Lovely. Inhale as you take the arms out behind you, squeeze the shoulder blades and then bring it to the right side. Draw those elbows in. And then take the arms out and then draw them to the left side. Lovely. Fabulous. Send the arms back out behind you. Really squeeze the shoulder blades together now. Lift the chest and then release. And send the arms up overhead. We're going to go back into that little side stretch. Drop the right hand down, reach over. So we're going to make it a little bit more dynamic this time. So as soon as you reach, you're going to lift, rise on up, take it to the left, bend into the elbow, reach over, inhale, lift us straight back up, over to the right side. Same again, lift it up, take it over. Sync it with your breath. Lovely. Just go one more time on the right and then the left. And then lift the arms up overhead, reach, reach, reach up high, and then we're going to twist to the right side, drop left hand to right knee, drop that right hand behind you. Inhale as you lengthen, exhale as you look over your shoulder. Take a few breaths here. Wonderful. Inhale as you slowly come back to the front, send the arms up overhead, reach, reach, reach up high, and then twist to the left. Right hand to left knee, drop that left hand, inhale up, exhale, we're looking over the shoulder. Think of keeping that length and always lengthen up on that inhale. You can try to go a little deeper with an exhale, but don't push, don't force. Wonderful. Slowly bring yourself back to the front, lift the arms up overhead, reach, 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 and then bring your hands back down to your lap. Wonderful. Make your way into a tabletop position now. So all fours position. Wrists are always underneath those shoulders, knees underneath the hips. And then when you're ready, inhale, drop your belly, lift your chest. Exhale, round in the back, chin to chest. Inhale, drop your belly. Exhale, rounding the back. And just go through a couple of rounds of your cat and cow, syncing it with your breath. So warming up the spine, creating some length, and getting the blood flowing as well. Lovely, bring it back to your tabletop. We're going to go into a balancing table, and we're going to make this quite a dynamic movement, but we'll start off like a little slower. So when you're ready, you're going to inhale, you're going to lift right leg, left arm out, balancing table. Have those hips facing down towards the mat. Reach through that left hand, reach through those right toes, hold it here, draw your navel to your spine. Take a deep breath in, and then exhale, lower everything down, take it straight to the other side. So left leg, right arm, reach, reach, reach. Draw the navel in, check in with those hips. Take a breath in, exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift up to the other side. So right leg, left arm. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, left leg, right arm. Reach, reach, reach. Exhale, lower. Inhale, right leg, left arm. Exhale, down, and then to the other side. So left leg, right arm, reach, reach, reach. Exhale, lower down. And then we're going to take it to the other side, but we're going to hold it. So right leg, left arm. And make sure that those hips are facing down towards the mat. And then just hold it here. Take your gaze down at the mat. Taking a few breaths. Really reach through the toes, reach through the fingers. And then exhale, lower everything down. And when you're ready, inhale, left leg, right arm, reach, reach, reach. Check in with the hips. Hold it here. Taking some breaths. Lovely. Exhale, slowly lower back down to your tabletop. Fabulous. Inhale as you lift the left arm up, opening up the chest. Exhale as we thread this left arm underneath the right, coming into that thread the needle posture. Send that right arm up overhead and just bump the hips over to the left side just to square them off. You can close your eyes here as we take a few breaths. Feel the shoulders, the neck opening up. You might also feel it around your left hip here, maybe in your lower back. So not everybody feels it in these areas, but it just depends how tight you are. Around the hips, lovely. Slide that right hand in front of the face, push into your palm, back to your tabletop. Find that position first, then inhale, let's lift up the right arm, open up the chest. Exhale, send it underneath the left. Coming on to right shoulder, right ear, send that left arm up overhead, and then we're going to bump those hips over to the right side this time, squaring them off, close the eyes, and then just breathing into wherever you're feeling the most sensation. Wonderful. Slide that left hand in front of the face, push into the palm, bring it back to your tabletop position. And then we're just going to come to sit back on our heels. So just slide yourself back. You're going to come up onto your knees. Now you might want to come to face the long edge of your mat. Maybe not, just depends how much space you've got. And then you're going to send that right leg out to the side, sole of the foot pointing down towards the floor. And then you're going to inhale, lift the left arm up and over, slide your right hand down your leg, coming into your gate pose. We're keeping this left arm alongside the ear, really trying to keep the chest up, the torso up, so we're not rounding forward, keeping everything nice and upright. You can take your gaze down at your right hand, or you might want to turn your nose up towards your left arm. So just see whatever your neck allows here. You're going to feel a nice stretch around your left hip joint and also on the inside of the right thigh. Wonderful. Inhale nice and slowly, bring yourself back up and then draw your knee back in. And we're going to take it to the other side. So left leg is going to go out. Inhale as we rise on up with the right arm, leaning over to the left. Slide that left hand down your leg. Remember to try and keep nice and open with the chest. So it's actually quite easy to slide your hand down your leg. You get quite far and you think, oh wow, I'm getting really close to my foot. I must be doing really well. But then your torso starts to round forward. That's not what you want. So you want to be only going as far as you can, keeping the torso nice and facing forward. Steady breaths. Breathe into wherever it is that you're feeling the most sensation. Inhale, slowly rise on up. Wonderful. Bring it back to your tabletop position. And then we're going to send the right leg out behind us. We're going to pivot on this left knee. We're going to open up to the right side, coming into our side plank. So reach up nice and high with the right arm. Hold it here for a breath. And then on your next inhale, you're going to rise this right leg up as far as feels comfortable. So only go up as far as feels comfortable. You need to be able to hold it in place. And then on your next exhale, you're going to reach the right arm over alongside your ear. So you're making one big long line from your fingertips all the way down to your toes. Hold it here. Nice big side body stretch. Breathe into it. Lovely. Exhale, just bring everything back down and slowly rotate yourself back to your tabletop. Wonderful. Taking it to the other side, send the left leg out behind you and then pivot on your right knee. We're going to open to that left side, coming into that side plank. Reach up with your arm, take a gander up at your fingertips. Lovely. Take a breath in. On your next inhale, we're lifting the left leg this time as high as feels comfortable. And then on your next exhale, you're going to reach the left arm alongside the ear. So making that long line again from fingers down to your toes. Hold it here. Breathe into that side body. Wonderful. Exhale, slowly bring everything back into that tabletop position. Wonderful. Plant your hands. Tuck your toes, send those hips nice and high for your downward dog. Push the heels down towards the mat, lift those hips nice and high, and let's spread those fingertips nice and wide, create that nice wide base. Feel a nice opening up in the back of your legs here. Take a breath in and then exhale, let's walk that dog out. Dropping one knee and then the other. Making sure to still continue to breathe, no holding your breath. Lovely. And then bring it back to your downward dog. Inhale as you look forward, and then we're going to start to walk the feet as many steps as you like to the front of the mat. Have your feet about hip distance apart, and then exhale down into a forward fold. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale back to your forward fold. Lovely. And then you're going to place your left hand on the mat underneath your face. You're going to bend generously into the left leg, trying to keep the right leg as straight as possible. And then from here, you're going to twist and open to the right side, sending that right arm up to the sky. So nice little twist here, getting a nice opening in your right glute here, your right hamstring. Take a few breaths. Lovely. On your next exhale, slowly release yourself back down to a forward fold. Inhale to a halfway lift, and then back to your forward fold. Switching sides now, put the right hand in front of your face. We're going to bend generously into the right knee this time, and then twist and open to the left. So try to keep that left leg as straight as possible. Really start to feel lovely stretch in your hamstring, your glute. And maybe take your gaze up at your hand if you can. If not, you can just take your gaze over to the left. Steady breaths here, keep that breath even. Wonderful. Exhale as you slowly bring yourself back into your forward fold. Inhale to a halfway lift, nice flat back. Exhale back to your forward fold. Then inhale, let's rise on up to standing. Circle those arms overhead. Exhale, hands come down to heart center. Lovely. Inhale, lift the arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forwards. Plant the hands and step the right foot back. Find your footing, and then when you're ready, inhale, rise on up with the arms. Push that back heel away from you. Check your knee is directly above the ankle. Reach up nice and high, lower those shoulders. Lovely. Take a few breaths here. Think nice, strong legs here. Wonderful. Take a breath in, and then as you exhale, lower your hands to frame your left foot. Step that left foot back to meet your right in your high plank position. Hold it here. So push the heels away from you. Draw your navel in. Nice strong shoulders here. Take a breath in. Exhale, let's lower down to knees, chest and chin. Our first one. Keep those elbows in. Lower down onto your belly. Inhale, lift up to your cobra. Again, elbows in. Exhale, lower down. Tuck the toes and then send it back to your downward dog. Inhale as you look forward, and then start to walk the feet to the front of the mat. Exhale down into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, back to your forward fold. Inhale, rise and up to standing. Circle the arms up overhead. Exhale, hands down to heart center. Lovely. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, back to your forward fold. Plant your hands. This time, send your left foot back. Take a moment to find your footing, and then inhale, rise on up with the arms. Push that back heel away from you. Draw your navel in. Check that knee and ankle. Lovely. Reach up nice and high, lowering the shoulders. Wonderful. Take a few breaths here. Again, thinking that strength in the legs. Lovely. As you exhale, bring the hands to frame your right foot this time. Step it back to meet your left in your high plank position. Hold it here for a moment. Take a breath in. Exhale, lower knees, chest and chin. Lower down onto your belly. Then inhale as you rise on up to your cobra. Exhale down, tuck the toes, back to your downward dog. Lovely. Inhale as you look forward. Let's start to walk the feet to the front of the mat again. Exhale down into your forward fold. See if you can draw your chest a little closer towards your legs this time. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale back to your forward fold. Inhale, let's rise on up, nice flat back. Circle the arms overhead. Exhale, hands come down to heart center. Lovely. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, let's fold forward. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, back to your forward fold. Plant your hands, step the right foot back, drop your back knee, untuck your toes. When you're ready, inhale, rise on up with the arms. Take a moment to find your alignment here. Check the knee, lower those shoulders, reach nice and high. Take a couple of breaths. Lovely. Take a breath in and then twist and open to the left. So sending those arms out into that T shape. Nice strong shoulders here. Keep those arms up nice and high. Wonderful. Slowly turn yourself back to the front. Send the arms up overhead. And then bring your hands down to frame your left foot. You're going to tuck your back toes. Lift your knee off the ground and then inhale, rise on up. So back to that high lunge. Take a breath in, and then we're going to twist and open to pivot on your back foot to the right side this time, coming into our warrior two. Take a few breaths here, think that strength. Just make sure that this front knee is not rolling inward, so just make sure that that is in line with your middle toe. Nice strong shoulders again here. Stay here for a few breaths. Lovely. And then we're going to pivot on that back foot as we turn to the front. So do that first, and then inhale, rise on up with the arms back to your high lunge. Exhale, hands come to frame your left foot. Step that left foot back to meet your right in your high plank. Exhale, lower knees, chest and chin. Lower down, inhale up. Exhale down, tucking the toes back to your downward dog. Inhale as you look forward, walk the feet to the front of the mat. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise on up to standing. Hands to heart center. Lovely. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Plant your hands. Step your left foot back. Drop your back knee and untuck your toes this time. Inhale, rise on up with the arms. Take a moment here. So just check in with your alignment. Reach up nice and high, lower those shoulders. Just taking a few breaths here. On your next inhale, you're going to twist and open to the right side this time. Take those arms out. Lovely. Keep those shoulders nice and strong. Keep those arms in line with the shoulders. Take a couple of breaths here. Lovely. Then slowly bring yourself back to the front. Lift the arms overhead. Exhale, hands come to frame your right foot. Tuck your back toes. Lift that knee off the floor. When you're ready, inhale, rise on up with the arms coming back to that high lunge. Take a moment, check in with that alignment again. Fabulous. Take a breath in, then we're going to twist and open, pivot on the back foot to the left side this time, back to our warrior two. Again, check in with that front knee. Keep those shoulders nice and strong. Keep those arms up. Lovely. Inhale as you pivot on that back foot, face the front, and then lift the arms up overhead. Exhale, hands come down to frame your right foot, step it back to your high plank. Exhale, lower knees, chest and chin. Lower down onto your belly, inhale up into a cobra. Exhale down, tuck the toes, back to your downward dog. Just take a few breaths here. So you might want to take a few breaths in through the nose, maybe sigh it out through the mouth. Lovely, just releasing a little heat. Fabulous. Inhale, lift your right leg nice and high here, three-legged dog. And then as you exhale, you're going to bend into this right knee. We're going to sweep this right knee all the way through the front. Let it land behind your right hand. Untuck those back toes. Let that left leg come back a little further. We're going to be either on the palms here or up on our fingertips, so making that dome with the fingertips. So whichever you prefer. I always prefer to do the dome with the fingertips because I feel like it really elevates the chest. It keeps the back nice and flat, and then you can just kind of concentrate on breathing into the hips then. So you can just take your gaze out ahead here and then just really start to think about breathing into the hips, opening up. So we're not going to go deep into our pigeon pose today. We're just going to keep it nice and upright. So starting to release a little tension in the hips. Always good for a Monday. start the week with a bit of a tension relief. Tension release in the hips, in the pelvis, opening up that psoas muscle. So a couple more breaths into that area. Notice where it feels the tightest. And that's where you want to send that breath. Lovely. Plant your hands now, tuck your back toes, and then you're going to transition straight back to your three-legged dog. So sending that right leg nice and high back to your three-legged dog. Take a breath in, and then as you exhale, you're going to bend into that right knee again, and you're going to step that foot on the outside of your right hand. Drop your back knee, untuck your toes, and then we're coming into our lizard posture. So from here, again, can be on the palms, or you might do well with coming up onto the fingertips, making that little dome, and then just gently pushing into the pelvis. So pushing it forward, pushing it down towards the mat. So different feeling here, still opening up through the hips, but slightly different feeling here. And again, we're just going to breathe into it. So think of keeping the length in the back here, in the spine. Just take your gaze, nice soft gaze out ahead as you breathe. Wonderful. One more full breath in and out. Fantastic. Then you're going to plant your hands, tuck your back toes, and then you're going to return this right foot back to meet your left, coming into a downward dog. Just taking a breath here. Inhale, lift the left leg nice and high, so three-legged dog. As you exhale, bending into that left knee, let it land behind the left wrist. Untuck those back toes, send that right leg back. And then setting up for your pigeon. So however you were on the opposite side, try to do the same this side, just to try to keep everything nice and equal. Again, breathing into the hips. Think of length in the spine here. And then also just think of that tension that you're releasing here. The longer you stay here, the more you breathe, you might start to feel your left thigh get a little closer towards the floor, if it's not already there. Just a couple more breaths. Fabulous. Plant your hands, tuck your back toes, and then we're going to transition this left leg straight back to our three-legged dog, sending that leg nice and high. Exhale as you bend into that knee, letting that foot land on the outside of the left hand this time. Drop your back knee, set up for your lizard. Again, do the same as you did on the opposite side. And then we're gently pushing into the pelvis here, pushing that down towards the floor. Feel that tension release, breathe into it. Wonderful, just a few more breaths here. Fabulous. Plant your hands down, tuck your back toes, and then send that left foot back to your downward dog. Take a few moments here. And then when you're ready, you're just going to roll yourself forward into your high plank position. Exhale, lower knees, chest and chin. Lower down onto your belly. Inhale into your cobra. Exhale down, tuck the toes back to your downward dog. Lovely. Inhale as you look forward, walk those feet to the front of the mat, hip distance apart. Exhale down into your forward fold. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale back to your forward fold. Inhale, let's rise on up to standing. Circle the arms overhead. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Lovely. So you can stay where you are, but I'm just going to come to the center just so that you can see me okay? So we're just going to do a nice little toe stretch now. So have your feet about hip distance apart if they're not already. And then when you're ready, we're going to sweep the arms forward and up, and coming up onto the tiptoes at the same time. Reach up nice and high. My palms are facing forward. I know you can't quite see my hands. So palms are facing forward. Reach up nice and high, and push those balls of the feet down into the floor. Exhale, slowly lower everything back down. Wonderful. Inhale, slowly lift it all back up. Reach up nice and high. Push down through those balls of your feet. And then exhale, lower down. Fabulous. One more time. Inhale, rise on up. Reach, reach, reach. And then exhale, slowly lower it down. Fantastic. So we're going to come into a little tree pose now, one of my favorites. So put all your weight onto your right foot. Take your gaze out ahead to that single unmoving point. And then we're going to bring the sole of the left foot on the inside of the right leg. So remember, if you are already a seasoned tree poser, then you can go straight into it, no worries. If not, this is where we start normally. So we start just at the ankle, see how the balance goes here. And then if it's good, we can then try and move the leg, the foot up, just little by little, just see how we go. And then wherever feels comfortable, just stop wherever feels comfortable. You might be able to get it all the way to the top. But the key to this pose is to really focus on that unmoving point. So if you start to look around the room, this is when you can kind of lose your balance, your focus. And always be pushing foot against leg, leg against foot. Draw your navel in here as well. And then your hands can go wherever you like. So you might want to have your hands at heart center. Maybe take the arms up overhead. Or maybe even have your hands on your hips. Sometimes that can give you a little more stability. Wherever you are, we're just gonna quiet down for a moment. It can be a really calming pose. So just taking some breaths. And remember, if you fall out of the pose, just take a breath and go through the steps to take you back into it. Wonderful. Just a couple more breaths. Take a breath in and then exhale, just slowly release everything down. Fabulous. Taking it to the other side, putting your weight onto the left foot. Take that gaze out ahead and then bringing the sole of the right foot on the inside of the leg now. Maybe going up in little increments or going as high as you know you can go. This might be to your knee, it might be a little higher, maybe a little lower. Wherever you are, you're doing tree pose. So it's all about the balance, this pose. And then wherever you want to take your hands, I always like to put my arms up overhead, interlace my fingers. You can't see my fingers, I don't think. Interlace things and really reach up, lower the shoulders. And then just take in a few breaths. And you're going to wobble, you're going to shake. Nobody ever is just like perfectly still. Well, I've never met anybody that is yet. Just a couple more breaths. Lovely. Take a breath in. And then exhale slowly. Lower your arms, lower your legs or leg back down. Lovely. From here, come to the long edge of your mat. Take a nice wide leg stance here, as wide as feels comfortable. And then we're going to turn to face the right side, so turning on your right leg. So you're going to turn your right foot forward, you're going to bend into your right knee, and then we're just going to do a little side angle here. So you can just pop your right elbow down, inhale, lift on up with the left arm and then reach over. So So nice extended side angle here. Take a few breaths. Lovely. Inhale as you slowly rise on up. Take the arms out. You're going to straighten that front leg, and then we're going to reach forward and then bring that right arm down, coming into our triangle pose. Maybe take your gaze up at your left hand here. Wonderful. Inhale as we slowly rise on up. You can bring your hands down by your sides, and then we're just going to turn those right toes forward again, and then we're going to take it to the other side. So turn those left toes forward. You're going to bend into that left knee. We're going to bring the elbow down, rise on up with the right arm, and then reach over. So our extended side angle. On the opposite side, reach, reach, reach. Nice side body stretch again here. Steady breaths. Wonderful. Inhale as you slowly rise on up with the arms. Let's straighten that left leg. Reach forward. Let that left hand come down to the leg or the foot, wherever feels comfortable. You might have your hand down in front of the leg. And then you just take your gaze up if it feels comfortable at your right hand. A nice stretch on the inside of your left leg here. Lovely. Inhale, slowly rise on up, and then you're going to turn to the front of your mat. Pop your hands down to frame your left foot. You're going to step that foot back, come to your downward dog position. Take a couple of breaths here. Just really make this last downward dog count. Hips nice and high. Push those heels down towards the mat. Wonderful. Taking a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, lower the knees down, untuck the toes. Let's come to our child's pose. Let the forehead come down to the mat. Let the forearms relax. Let the shoulders relax. And allow your lower back to release here. So just taking a few breaths, starting to slow it down now. On your next inhale, just slowly lift yourself up into a seat. So just coming to sit on the heels, and then you're going to bring your legs out in front. So we're coming into a staff pose. So legs come out straight, toes are going to be pointed towards the body, and then you're just going to pop your palms down, just gently pushing them into the mat. They're going to be in line with your hips here. So creating a nice stretch all the way up the back of your body, up the back of the legs, all the way up the spine. Taking a couple of breaths here. Lovely. Now we're going to go into our upward dog. So we're going to pop the hands behind the back, fingertips face towards the body. Now you might want to take the hands a little wider than the body. This always helps me. And then maybe claw through the fingertips. So making a little claw through the fingertips. When you're ready, you're going to inhale deeply and lift the hips nice and high, letting the soles of the feet just come kind of flat to the mat. Keep your head and your neck in a nice neutral position. Take a deep breath in, and then exhale with control, slowly lower back down. Lovely. We're going to go straight into a half boat. So you're going to bring your legs up into a tabletop position. You can have your arms out to either side of your legs, or maybe you just want to just rest your hands just behind the back of your knees. But wherever you are, we're thinking nice straight back here, nice and long in the back. We don't want to be rounding or hunching. So nice straight back here. Point those toes, draw your navel in. There's going to be some shake. Take a few breaths. And then on your next exhale, slowly lower the legs down, pop your hands behind your back again. And then when you're ready, inhale, lift the hips nice and high for your upward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, slowly lower it back down and then straight back into your half boat. Draw that navel in, keep an eye on your back, make sure it's nice and flat here. Exhale as you slowly lower everything down, hands come behind the back one more time. Inhale deeply as you lift your hips nice and high. Exhale, slowly lower everything down, back into your half boat. Reach forward or just gently, if you've got your hands just behind your knees, just kind of gently hold them there. So just kind of, it's giving you that little bit of support. Lovely. Exhale, slowly lower your legs down to the mat, and then we're going to make our way down onto our backs. Lovely. Just take a few breaths. Have your knees bent here, feet flat to the mat. Pop your palms down onto the mat. Let's set up for our bridge pose. So just lining the heel up with the middle finger on each hand. And then when you're ready, you're going to inhale deeply, lift the hips nice and high, roll onto the shoulders, interlace the fingers behind the back. Wonderful. Hold it here. Activate those thighs. So imagine that you're squeezing something in between the thighs. Make sure that those knees are not splaying. Steady breaths, and remember that you can take the hips a little higher if you can, always and only on an inhale. Lovely. On your next exhale, slowly release the hands, let the spine return back down to the mat. Draw your knees into your chest, give them a little squeeze, then send the feet back to the mat. We're going straight back into our bridge pose. So set yourself up, and then when you're ready, inhale, lift your hips nice and high. We're rolling onto the shoulders. Interlace the fingers if you can, and then just taking a few breaths. Wonderful. As you exhale, release the hands, let the spine round back down to the mat. Draw your knees into your chest, give them a squeeze. Fabulous. Send your arms out to either side, so in that T shape, and then when you're ready, you're going to lower the knees to the right side. We're going to open the chest a little more to face the ceiling. And then you're just going to make sure that you're just gently and actively pushing the right shoulder, sorry, not the right shoulder, the left shoulder down towards the floor. So just keeping that chest nice and open. And it's different for everybody. So some people are able to just have their shoulders on the floor quite easily, others not. Sometimes you can do it with one shoulder and not the other shoulder. So yeah, there's no hard and fast rule for this. It's just about trying to keep the chest open. So you can gaze up, or we can gaze over at the left hand. And we're breathing a little deeper here. Starting to find that relaxation. Starting to really wind it down. So just start to bring your head back to center if you was looking at your left hand. Inhale as you bring your knees back to center. And then when you're ready, we're going to lower them down to the left side. Opening the chest up again, so it's a little more parallel with the ceiling. Actively push the right shoulder down towards the mat this time. And then again, it's either looking over at your right hand or looking upward. So just taking a few breaths here. Keep the belly nice and relaxed as you breathe. Lovely, bring your head back to center if you're looking over at the right hand. Inhale as you bring the knees back to center. Let's give the knees a little squeeze into the chest. Drop your feet down to the mat, and then let's let the soles of the feet come together. Let the knees fall apart. Coming into our reclined bound angle, which is our Supta Baddha Konasana. Send the arms up overhead, grab hold of your elbows here, just really let the shoulders relax here. So this is your last pose now before we go to Shavasana. So starting to allow the body to become much heavier, more relaxed. Feel that nice gentle opening in your hips and your groin here and that inner thigh. Just allowing gravity to pull the legs, pull the knees. So don't try to force them. So just allow your arms to come back down by your sides now. And then use your hands to just gently draw your knees back in together. And then when you're ready, just straighten the legs. Let's come into our Shavasana, so our final resting pose now. So breathing a little deeper here. Relax the arms and the legs and the feet. Allow your sacrum and your spine to become heavy against the mat. And try to keep the belly and the chest and the ribs nice and soft as you breathe. And then just for these last couple of minutes in Shavasana, just really focus on your breath. So that inhalation and the exhalation, and then the rise and the fall within the body. So seeing that rise and fall. Feel the breath coming in and out. Just really tuning into the breath and then really trying to let go with each exhale. So you can just start to move the hands and the feet, wiggle the fingers and toes. Start to bring some movement back to the body. You can rock your legs as well from side to side, maybe rock the hips as well. And then you can do a full body stretch just to bring a little bit of vigour back to the body. Stretch through the arms and send that stretch all the way down, out through your toes. It just helps you wake up gently. And then keeping your eyes closed if you can, just making your way onto your side. And then bringing yourself up into a comfortable seated position. And then once you have arrived in your seat, keeping the eyes closed, just paying attention to how your body feels right now. So just noticing any changes within the body. And then checking in with that mood again. So has anything changed with your mood? Hopefully it's elevated in some way, even if you was feeling really good before the practice started. Hopefully it's elevated that little bit more. It's always good to raise the vibrations just that teensy bit more. And take a nice deep breath in through your nose. And then as you exhale out, we're slowly blinking open the eyes. We're taking a moment just to take in the surroundings. Lovely. Wonderful. So that brings us to the close of this little Hatha flow today. I really do hope that you enjoyed it. Please let me know how you got on with it. And yeah, thank you so much for joining me.